This is Pam from NortheastWheelsEvents.com at the 2019 Das Fest in Macungie, PA. We're checking out Chris's 69 Beaumont. I hate to call it, it's an SD 396 convertible. Correct. Very unusual. Now I hate to call it, you have it labeled on your place card as a Pontiac-Buick.
It's a Pontiac, it's a registered Pontiac.
Registered
Pontiac.
But it's not really a Pontiac, it is a Beaumont.
It was sold in Canada for the Canadian market under the Pontiac line.
Okay.
Chevrolet wasn't able to be sold during that period of time, so they sold under the Pontiac line. And that's why you have a Pontiac Beaumont, which is the sedan, and then you'll have the coupe, which is the Arcadian, which most people knew as the Chevy 2 or the Nova. So.
Didn't they also have a wagon, I think?
There was a Parisian vehicle that was out too, but that had sales from Canada to America. The Beaumont and Arcadia were strict sales were only in Canada.
In Canada.
And then of course the SD was like the SS, but you couldn't go to a car dealership and buy an SD. You had to order them. So all the SDs were all ordered. You went in and ordered. There was a few options, but the big block engine is what makes it an SD though.
Very good, and of course 396.
Correct.
Very good. Now,
this particular model is a convertible, which out of the 47 SDs there were that year, I really can't tell you how many convertibles, but it would be a very small number. So,
out of 47, I would suspect so.
Of that year on the SDs, yes.
Jeez, unreal. Now, this is a standard, what horsepower 396 is
375 horsepower.
375.
So it's about it's the L78 drivetrain.
Yeah.
Very unusual, very highly desired, and so the car was made to go. Unfortunately, the technology for the braking of the car leaves a lot to be desired, but it's a fun car to drive. It looks great, gets a lot of compliments. People tell me all the time about the car, whether or not it's a real car or not. I'm like, yes, it's a real car. And we didn't make it up. I did paint the car though, and it was ever available in a black. Unfortunately, Canada had some strange colors. It was it found its former life as a mint green. And,
oh my gosh! And
I purchased the car around 96, 97, and I've done a lot of work to the car since then and restored it. So I'm very happy with it black, and I enjoy the car tremendously. It runs great. It's fun ride. It's fun ride.
It's automatic. Do you have posse?
It is a 400. Well, the L78 drivetrain is also a 400. You could have had the rock puncher, 4-speed. In this particular car, this has the turbo 400 automatic.
Very good.
So,
very good. Do you have posi?
I do have posi on this car. Yes. 411 gears in it.
And I see you got drum brakes up front.
They're all drums. I have not switched over to disc, power disc or anything. I'm not a purist in the sense of a purist, but I like the fact that the car mechanically is exactly the way it was built.
This
and it
is
stays
great.
That way.
Now, what were some of the trouble points at restoring? Because it's got its unusual trim and such. Looking at the grill.
Unusual trim. When I restored the car had to have new fenders, new tops on it. I practically bought all the metal over again because it had Canada weather. Canada winters are very bad.
Yes.
So nothing really survived with the car. So I literally had to have all the skins remade. And you'll see in here these cutouts as well as in the rear. They're very, very different from when you would look at a Chevelle.
I see that character line and then following with the bumper. Very interesting.
So you can't go out and buy a Chevelle fender or a quarter panel for a Chevelle. So I got them shipped from Europe, believe it or not. I found a company in Europe that actually would reproduce all the skins for it. It took me 2 years to get them. And but it was well worth it, and I'm very happy with the outcome of it.
That's great.
I don't know if you can pick up on it or not, but there's some faint stripes in it at this point, and those are all hand painted in.
Beautiful. That is lovely. That is lovely. Oh, nice dress up.
And you can see the 2 maple leaves mean that the car was made and sold as a big block in Canada, whereas the big block in that particular year would have a maple leaf and an American flag, and that would represent that it was Canadian made block and then shipped to America to be made. So this was always a Canadian engine.
That is great. Boy, just just beautiful.
So not like a Chevelle. I mean, obviously the L78 drivetrain was very available and desirable.
Yes. Oh, that's for sure. Did a nice job. Now, did it come with the chrome package, or that's all yours?
I have everything just like anybody else does. It comes with Rally wheels. And the funny thing about the Rally wheels are, now these are, of course, are the spin-offs of a
Krager.
Krager.
Yeah.
But the rallies in the center would say Chevrolet, and my rallies are blank. They don't say anything.
How big?
So they wouldn't advertise for Chevrolet because it was Pontiac.
Yeah.
So they actually made the center hub, and it was blank.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I ran those for a long time, but I've always liked the Krager, so that's why.
Oh, the Kragers really make the
and
car.
And it's period correct, too, so.
Yeah. This is beautiful. Now, on the interior, anything different on the interior?
Actually, the interior of the vehicle is identical to a 69 GTO.
Really?
So the interior is a 69 GTO.
Wow. Boy, is this a mixed up car.
A little bit mixed up.
Of course, the Beaumont on the doors. Oh, that's great. Look at that,
Check
pure
out the
goat.
maple leaf on the steering wheel.
Right there. Brilliant. Is it in kilometers or
No,
in
it's
miles
in
per hour?
mileage.
Miles.
Miles.
Very good. Wow. Too cool. I know these picky little details. Body by Fisher still on the threshold plates. And on the build plate, does it say GM of Canada?
It does say GM of Canada, yes.
Cool beans.
That's the handbook for it.
Oh,
1969 Arcadian Beaumont.
Beautiful. That is great. Now, did you set out looking for a Beaumont or just fell into your lap?
No, it was advertised as a 1969 Canadian GTO.
Really?
Correct. And I wrote back to the guy and I said, that's not a GTO. And the guy said to me, well, this is a Canadian GTO. And I said, okay, well, it's not a GTO. But they didn't sell GTOs, obviously, in Canada.
Yeah. I love the tail, and with all the detail, the differences. Of course, that's very, very unique tail lights.
Right.
Are the bumpers
in here are very different. That's what makes it kind of unique for not being able to use Chevelle.
Jeez, unreal.
But if you got underneath it, it's all the same, though.
That is great. That is great.
The trunks are pretty big.
Yep. Typical GM.
Yep, typical GM.
Oh, too cool. But just a little different. I love it. Just absolutely love it. Chris, this was a real treat.
Thank you.
Real treat. This is Pam from NortheastWheelsEvents.com at the 2019 Das Fest in Punji, PA. Check out Chris's 1969 Beaumont SD396 convertible. Rare bird. For more cool events like this, make sure you check NortheastWheelsEvents.com, SoutheastWheelsEvents.com, UKWheelsEvents.com, and while you're there, post and share your events. I'll see you at the shows.